We have witnessed an array of electrifying dunkers soar and build a legacy in the NBA. In fact, there are so many that it's hard to hail who's the greatest of them all. And while the subject will forever be a debate, only a few could dispute that Vince Carter is not one of them. During his prime years in the league, Vinsanity delighted hoops fans with the unbelievable and gravity-defying in-game dunks. And though the man himself knows it's difficult to pick the best dunk he has ever pulled off, Carter revealed that he considers the one on Alonzo Mourning as his all-time favorite. According to Carter, he was doing his best to contain his emotions after posterizing one of the best shot stoppers of all time. But deep inside, he was overwhelmed. I remember just going up. I felt since Zoe was under the rim, if I could get up in the air before him, I had a chance because even if he knocked me back, my momentum could still take me towards the rim. Carter told NBA.com in 2019. But when he hit me upward, which put me up higher by the rim. So I'm just looking at the rim in a different view, thinking, I can't miss. You see, I tried to play it cool, but inside, I was like a 70-year-old. He continued, I was just thinking how that's Alonzo Mourning, one of the best shot blockers in the history of the game. Dunking has been part of the game since a basketball fan can remember. But we can all agree that it was Carter who raised the bar for rim rattlers when he won the 2000 NBA Slam Dunk Contest. For Air Canada, he ingrained his legacy in all basketball fans worldwide from that point on. I might not end up being the greatest player or as good as Michael Jordan, but that's something that I can kinda have people thinking, hey, maybe. So that dunk contest in 2000 is one of the things I made my mark. The dunk contest was kind of like my moment in time where I said I'm gonna shock the world and wild up the crowd for years to come. I just didn't know it'll have its effect like it's had, and I'm thankful for it. Carter once explained. In 2020, Carter officially called it a career, and as it turned out, he was right. He left the game as arguably the greatest dunker of all time. Unlike his fellow legends, Vince Carter bid goodbye to the game in a discreet way. No farewell tours or anything fancy. Interestingly, Jamal Crawford had a great idea of how the greatest dunker in history should have walked off, by joining the dunk contest one last time. And he almost convinced the man to put on a show for the ages. Crawford recalled being in the weight room with Carter one day when the idea grabbed hold of his mind. He then rushed to Carter to try to convince him to join the dunk contest one last time. We're in the weight room, it's his last year. I say, VC, go do the dunk contest. He's like, whoa. I said, VC, go do one dunk. Go do a windmill and walk off. You'll shut down Twitter to shambles. He's like, I got something to do, Crawford said for NBA on ESPN. Carter confirmed Crawford's story. He didn't get into the details, but he did admit that he almost said yes to his dare. Was it because of its possible impact on Twitter? Or because he needed to do just one dunk? Obviously, we'll never know what would have happened if Carter said yes to Crawford's offer. Would Twitter have crashed? Would the world have gone berserk? Who knows? Perhaps it's a good time to quit fantasizing about the what-ifs and focus on Carter's dunk portfolio, which never fails to cause our jaws to drop to the floor.